Yeah, talking about the Sanders family. So Shilo, who was playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was ejected for the last preseason game for throwing a punch, and then he was released from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were pretty high on him. They said he had a chance of making the team and making the cut and making the 53-man roster, but after that ejection, they saw something. They got rid of him. My question for you two is, will either Sanders brother be on an NFL team in 2 years?
Well, I think, as we just talked about Shador, I think he will be. I think Shador's at least got a couple years, maybe three, to prove something to somebody if it's not Cleveland. Shiloh does not have the buzz that Shador had. I don't even remember much of what he did in college. I guess he's a defensive back, so I don't remember a lot of outstanding plays and things like that. But he made it to the NFL, even though I think he was an undrafted free agent. So somebody wanted to give him a chance. If you watch that particular play that he punched the guy. To me, now listen, there's a lot of bad plays out there. The tight end was like driving him into the end zone. I would have punched him too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I thought it was a way overreaction to somebody that, in a way, was just kind of defending himself. If you watch that particular play, the tight end, again, in my opinion, went way over the top in terms of blocking him. So maybe they were just looking for an excuse to cut him, but if you're basing it strictly on that play, that's dumb. Guys throw punches all the time in practices and in real games, let alone preseason. So if that's strictly the reason they got rid of him, they didn't believe in him at all, I think, because that play is specifically was a punchable play. The guy should have been punched.
I was thinking the same thing. I was going to bring that up if you didn't. This guy, he's getting, and from what I understand, the play was over. This thing was done, and he's driving him. The same thing happened in Philadelphia. I forget which game, but one of the big linemen got a hold of Slay and drove him through the end zone into the tunnel, and it started a big fisticuffs, and punches were thrown, and nobody got thrown out, and we went back and played the game. Like this thing, I thought that was an overreaction. You almost want it. Do you want a guy? Let's say this: you want your defensive back to get manhandled, driven into the thing, and just lay down on the ground and well, that's terrible. Or do you want a guy who has a little scrap and a little fight in him? I don't see it as a negative. You could call it that. You could call it that as a negative that he punched somebody. But if he came back and he's like, listen, I'm not going to let him do me like that, then that's a different story, and that's the way I felt. But as far as either of them being in there, Shador is going to be given a couple chances, and a couple people will take flyers on him and try to figure it out. 2 years over, I would take it.
Yeah, the fight when he was punching, I think it was Kincaid who he was fighting with on the field, reminiscent of when Dion and Andre Rison went at it. That was one of my favorite NFL
was a good
fights.
one. That was a good one.
I really enjoyed that one.